Hi, everybody, on a busy, beautiful Tuesday night. Thank you for joining Nancy and I. We appreciate you watching playback and those that will be joining us. Um, I hope, well, we both hope that you're all doing okay. We've got crazy weather all over the country. Got some more snow today, not as much as Buffalo, thank goodness. But so hope everybody is staying safe and warm and staying there with a nice cozy cup of coffee, tea, or cocoa. And Shan made me my tea for today with honey, so I'm all set. And Nancy, a Crohn's Intuition.
Yes,
Thank you
here
for
I
joining
am.
me again. Yes. As some of you already know, Nancy reads, does her beautiful little dailies, and she shares her thoughts in the morning when she gets up and shows all her beautiful statues and her crystals and her cards. And she actually joined me last year. We did a crystal visions. I'm wearing
Yeah.
actually my Stevie
Ah,
today for her crystal visions tour. So we figured we talk just a little bit about crystals, but um, we just want to do something with divine feminine.
yes.
And I said, yeah, let's just do general messages, just tap into our guides and the divine feminine, give her a bit of a voice today. And hello, T Barb. Thank you, Jackie. The notification popped. Hello, Book Bewitched. So there's T
Book.
Barb, Book Bewitched, and Jackie, as her likes to say. And Jackie, I didn't know that you are reading now. So you may get an email from me. I would love for you to join me
Yeah.
someday.
Yeah, Jackie, the word is on the street.
Hmm. And I didn't know. I heard it from this lady right here. So we got to start building everybody's channels up. Okay, my dear, you are right there on the list. All right, got you. So now, Nancy, did you want to go and do your prayer now or before we read cards? Because I know if you want to talk about crystals, you said you want to share some wands.
It's whatever you want, however you want to do it, Heather.
Well, why don't you go ahead and start the prayer? Well, I don't know if you want to call it a
Well,
prayer,
it
but
wasn't a prayer. Well, I tell you what, I
or
like to do
intention.
before I do any readings. I like to say this. Spirit, make me a channel of your peace and wisdom. Relieve me of the bondage of self so that I may see clearly, open to your light.
Mm,
Let there be only truth and understanding. Thy will be done through me for the highest of all. Amen.
blessed be. Yes, and so
I
be
like
it.
to do that. And what I wanted to do, I mean, maybe we could talk about crystals first and then go into the
Yeah,
divine feminine. And
we
then I would like to read something about the divine feminine that kind of encompasses how majestic it is, how wonderful it is.
hmm
So,
most certainly. So, also really quick, Lori has joined us. Lori Hunsinger.
I love
And book, I don't know if I already said this, Book Bewitched is here. And yes, and so it is beautiful. So you are my guest. What would you like to share with your crystals?
well,
You mentioned a lovely wand that you brought too.
yeah, I made. Well, no, I made. This is my night wand. I keep this by my bedside.
Oh my
It
God.
has. I just hit myself in the head with it,
Oh
and I go
no.
right to sleep. It has well, it's a selenite, and then it has lepidolite and amethyst and rose quartz on it,
Wow.
and it's all kind of calming, and
Hmm.
I have that in my room.
And perfect for
And
dreams. Hmm.
yes, and then I had made this one. I think you've seen this one. This was I the same
I probably
with
have, but it's been a while.
selenite, and then this is the sun one, and then on the other side is
Oh,
one.
I got to put you up on the big screen for that
Oh,
piece right there with the face on it. I just noticed it. Oh, wow, look at
see?
that. How beautiful. Now is that citrine?
Uh, I don't think so. I
Okay.
wish I wish it was. That would be
Mhm.
wonderful, but it's not. It's not. but it has a little bit of
And you
orange
made that.
quartz. Hmm.
Now, question really quick. Now, do you make crystal wands for people who request? Do you do special
I
items?
never have.
Okay.
It's really easy. If you have little points and a piece of selenite,
Selenite.
um, and a hot glue gun, you're ready
Mhm.
to go. You're
Mhm.
ready to go.
Yeah,
And
Elsie's like,
that way
wow,
you
those are
can
like
create
clubs.
it that way. Yeah, yeah, they're like clubs. You have to be careful.
Exactly.
Your intention has to be love when you make these.
Everybody is falling in love with them.
Yeah.
Sonia,
But it's fun.
Jackie.
It's fun to make your own
Hmm.
wands. I've never really thought about making them for anybody. But then I have some other crystals. I have let me see, what did I do with it? Oh, um my rose quartz. This, I sleep with this. This is a piece of rose quartz that I sleep with.
Oh,
And
that's
usually I
lovely.
start out holding it in my hand when I go to sleep.
Hmm.
Uh and then I like this
I
piece
love rose quartz.
because I
My
like
God.
I like natural stones that haven't been tumbled. I mean, I have a lot of tumbled stones, but I
Hmm.
love this piece of rose quartz. It's so, look at that pink in that. Isn't that beautiful?
That is beautiful. And we have a request. Book Bewitched would like to know if she could see that first one with the amethyst. That looks like a club, like a
Oh
wand.
yeah, yeah, and it has lepidolite on it, and that's a wonderful calming. Here it
Hmm.
is, and you just,
Lepidolite's become very popular in the crystal community.
yes.
You're seeing it mentioned more now.
Well, I think
Wow.
I think it's beautiful, and I have a lepidolite plate that I can put some crystals on, like you do the selenite plates. But this
And
is,
that's beautiful. And T Barb says I've made myself a beautiful selenite wand last year. I
mm,
attached myself with wire. Yeah, people do all sorts of beautiful
oh
things with
yes, there's
wire and
all, yes. And this piece right here of lepidolite right here, it's a thumb stone, and so it's nice to hold it this way.
Mhm.
You have more control over it.
Oh, all the beautiful comments are coming in. Wow, beautiful,
Well, thank you,
gorgeous.
everybody.
And hello, Kaylee. And Allison from Aries Girl joined us, and she's actually working on a necklace. So I'm looking forward to seeing what and I think I know which one. Um, I'm sure Allison won't mind, but she was gifted a set of crystals, and one of them was a beautiful piece of Larimar.
Oh,
And she's been talking about doing something with the Larimar, and I hope that's what she's doing because I would love to see what she would do
oh
with that.
yes.
Question from Book Bewitched. Nancy, have you thought about doing an instructional video?
Well, I never had, but I some
Ooh,
selenite. I could gather up some crystals, and maybe maybe that's something we could do, Heather. Sometimes if
I've still got
you
my
know
beading supplies and stuff.
you gather your stuff, and I'll gather mine, and we'll see what we
At the
come up
date,
with. Yeah,
exactly.
yeah,
And we have Book Bewitched to thank again for that. That's amazing. This is what I love about our
yes,
community. We all
yes,
come in,
yes.
we
That's right.
chat, we throw ideas around.
I had
Perfect.
never even thought about that.
For me, everybody knows that I love my opals. For me, that's like my spirit stone.
I have a.
And I'm just
Oh,
going to go large really quick. Oh, how lovely! Because I don't
let's
think
see. It was. Whoop,
Here we go.
it was my mother's.
Oh, how
And
beautiful!
it's got, I can't get there we go.
Yeah, it's
You can't
hard.
see the it's got like
The
green
fire.
fire, a little bit of
Hmm.
red fire. But
Oops, I don't want to stick me here. Let's do this. So I was showing Nancy. I'm actually. This is how crystals are becoming very more commonplace. And I actually found this. I think it was either a Five Below or my Joanne Fabrics, but they're selling crystals, and I found this beautiful enhanced one. And I know some people feel a little funny about the enhanced, but for me, it feels like its spirit was reaching out to people saying, well, if you do this, this can maybe amplify up our energy. And for me, that's what I feel like.
mhm.
That was part of the reason um, someone got inspired to do it. And I can't tell you the beautiful is sparkly, but it has a very beautiful very talkative, very cheerful
Mm.
spirit energy, like a sprite. Sprite just popped into my head. So I have that. I don't know if you've seen this, Nancy, since the last time, but this is opal, another piece of
Oh my
opal.
goodness,
And it
that's
doesn't have fire, but it's a regular solid piece of pink opal. I
ooh.
have that. And I was showing Nancy too this. I got a new deck of cards from Amazon. I did a live where I went through each card, and it's by Mystic High and Moon. It's called the Mystical Moon Tarot, and they include a crystal. And this is the crystal she included
Oh,
in that
that's
beautiful
gorgeous. Oh
pouch.
my goodness, that is beautiful.
And it was just, I thought it might be like a little tumbled little piece of whatever, just no, she really chooses beautiful quartz crystals to
Mm.
send with her cards. So those are the two that or the few that I don't think I've shared with you since we last got together. But I just have so many I can never remember which ones I shared or not.
Oh, I've got that's my problem. When I start collecting something, I just get carried away and it's crazy.
Exactly like this beading, everything.
Mm-hmm.
I sold, and I actually did beadings. I created pendulums, prayer beads. I sold them through Crystal Magic for a while when I was working there, and then for a while afterwards. And then it's like after a while, it's almost kind of like I exhaust that creative energy, and the energy wants to go into something else. And so then for me, it's always been my art, but then it was just like, oh no, let's play with crocheting, and I played with crocheting for a while, but now I'm kind of feeling the pull back a little bit with the beads. So we'll have to see how that goes.
Miss Tarot D, is that the
Hmm.
truth? Is that the truth?
Oh, well, I
Well,
won't say
I'll
that I'm not
lie.
offended, but she's a sweetheart. Hello, my dear.
Oh,
Thank you for
yes.
being
My
here.
goodness.
And let's see.
And
Beth
Beth
is
is
also
here.
here.
Yeah.
Aspasia
Yeah.
rising. Um, let's see. Linda Sandoval. Hello, my dear. I'm glad you're here. Good to see you. And Sonia said, also beautiful. Time to get some ASAP. I have a few. And it's really good to, really quick, if anybody has a Five Below in their area, I found a wonderful crystal book that has some updated gemstones in it. This was only $5. And I
Oh,
got this at Five
ooh.
Below.
Oh,
So if you
that's
have a
good.
Five Below, make sure you check their book tables on a regular basis.
Hmm.
They've been doing tarot, they've been doing astrology, they've
Really?
been doing like affirmations, crystals. So again, it's becoming, more mainstream and more acceptable um, for people to start working with and talking about crystals.
Mm-hmm.
And hello, Astri. Hello. Good to see you. Did I make it today? Well, you're here, aren't you? So what we're going to do today, Astrid, am I assuming you would like a reading? What I'm going to be doing from now on with my live shows is that I'm going to be doing random, picking names randomly out of the group because there are some people that come to my shows that don't get a chance to have a reading because sometimes I get so many requests. So I like to make sure that people that I don't get to read too often for get a chance. And yeah, and it's also very helpful if you stay in chat so that when your name is called, we can read for you. It's easier when you're here to read with your energy present. And it's also polite. And it really helps the readers. So thank you, everybody. And let's see, right here, really quick. Lori was sharing something. And then I'm going to get to that necklace you're wearing, my dear. I just spotted that. Had
Oh,
a fun day yesterday. I live in Texas, Miss Taro D, and it snowed for 20 whole minutes here. Well, you can have what I have out my window right now. Not as bad as Buffalo, how much they got, but have a channel platform. No, pendulums. I used to make them. I might. I've got a lot of different ideas that I want to do
mm-hmm.
this year for my channel because I am changing my channel name soon. I know I said it was going to be ready by the first of the year, but then the energy wasn't right yet. So I'm still kind of tweaking a few details, but I'm very pleased and sounds great. Thank you for explaining. Happy New Year to you too. Yes, it's still the new year. And thank you, Jackie, for putting Nancy's channel in the link.
He's so
Appreciate you
sweet and thoughtful.
much. So let me just make sure that I did not. Okay, so yes, there is Ostry. Let me just go ahead and because I think I have. Oh, just a really quick comment. Allison said, "Greetings, everyone." Oh, hello, Heather, my dear. I'm listening while crafting a new necklace. Stay warm. Greetings, Nancy. So, just want to make sure that she said hello to both of us. So, let me go ahead and unstar that and make sure that I didn't miss anybody else. Okay, let's see. Right now, I have Jackie, T Barb, Sonia, and Astri. So, before we get started, we're doing Divine Feminine, and Nancy would like to say, I'm not going to say a prayer, but you want to say like an
Well,
invocation.
it's something out of the guidebook from the Wild and Sacred Feminine deck. This is what the box looks like for this deck. And it explains, I mean, you know, we all have heard the term sacred feminine. And I believe that there is a rise in the sacred feminine going on right now. But this is what I wanted to read. It says, the divine feminine, too long confined to sheltering underground, once more is bursting through. And through her, the sense that something is missing can be healed. She is and always has been the first and the last, the honored one and the scorned one, the whore and the holy one, the hidden and the revealed. She is never one thing, but includes everything. Abhorring monotony, she lives as a riot of generative contradictions. She comes to meet you in so many ways, through your body, through your heart, through the sensuous world, through language, and through listening to what is beyond words. Mm-hmm. Do you embrace the fullness of her hallowed nature? Do you recognize yourself in her unruly greatness? Your own potential is reflected in her many faces. The word feminine stands for the soul and the unseen cosmic web of life that connects each one of us to all others and to the life of the planet and the greater life of the cosmos. The way of the divine feminine is one of infinite variety, great tenderness, and benevolent forgiveness. Lead with love is her counsel. All life is sacred, and everybody can open to receive the divine feminine. She lives inside you through birthright via the womb. And I just,
it's beautiful.
It's beautiful. Mm-hmm. And it just explains how just all enveloping the sacred feminine is. And I just wanted to share that with you all.
That's beautiful. Thank you. And let's see. I know that Sonia was giving you purple hearts, and yes, for the feminine. Astri, lots of red hearts. And Beth also said, there's a rise in the sacred feminine to balance out the restrictive, discriminatory laws that are happening. It's a balance, most indeed. And T-Barb, you mean this deck by chance? I have this as well, so I'll be pulling cards from that when I feel the right reader. But yes, I love that witch woman in total control of herself. And Gerald has joined us. Hello, Gerald.
Hi, Gerald.
And Allison, amen. Yes, I do. Thank you, Nancy. So, Ms. Tarot D, Nancy, that is beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. We've got a wow from Jackie. Okay, I love that deck. Yes. So I'm making sure. Hello, Jezree. Boy, chat just jumped. Hello, Jezree. So what decks are you going to be reading from besides that one?
That one, and then I also have the Sacred Hags Oracle.
Ooh.
And you know, I mentioned this on my channel, but originally the word hag meant holy one. And now you talk about a hag. Um, it's very derogatory,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and yet
Very
I've
sacred.
embraced my croneness, so I'm going to embrace my hagness.
There you go.
And
Beautiful.
I've got the Mother Mary and the Kuan Yin.
This one?
Uh, yes, I've got the smaller one, and then I also have these two oracles: the Wisdom of the Divine Feminine
Ooh, I have not seen that one.
and the Wisdom of the Shadow by the same authors, and they are from Asheville, North Carolina, my stomping grounds.
Oh, very nice. So you're supporting local artists and businesses.
Yes,
That's
yes.
amazing. For me, I have my Colette Baron Reed, Goddess
Mm.
Power. Of course, my Mother Mary Oracle. I was raised Catholic, and she was the for me the original goddess. She really actually
Oh,
helped
yes,
me
yes.
transition over when I started learning about Wicca and paganism and goddess movement. And it took me a few years, well, more than, a few years, but to just really acknowledge the fact that she was okay, that she was a part of this beautiful web of divine feminine
Mm.
mythologies and archetypes and lore. And that, because for a while there, it was like I couldn't mention her name in my pagan circles without being like, oh, she's not da da da. And then, you know, mentioning, still having her, you know, um, when I talk to, my Christian family and friends, well, you can't be this and still. So, but for me, she was the bridge, that beautiful bridge that helped me
Mm.
reconnect to the others, And I also have my Rose Oracle deck with me,
Mm-hmm.
and
It's
the
beautiful.
Healing Waters one that I have. So I usually tend to sometimes not even pull from the same deck more than once. So it just varies for me, from reading to reading. So, and speaking of Mother Mary, hello, Fatima. I made sure too that I had this deck out because I love pulling cards for her from that deck, from my
Uh,
Mother Mary Oracle.
every
Um,
time I use now, I have the smaller version of it, but every time I
mhm.
work with this deck, I get shivers.
Ooh, I wish I had the smaller because these are beautiful, but they're a little long and I sometimes they
Yeah.
they bend a little. So, but Allison said, love, love, love Asheville, North Carolina. So
Yes.
she's been there. So boy, you got them all. Yes, she does. Oh, Nancy was telling me how many decks, oracle decks,
Oh
and how many
goodness.
tarot decks that she has. Miss Tarot D said, I truly believe that the misogyny towards women is a result of consciousness or unconsciousness resentment by men that they can't bear and give birth to life. Yeah, that could be a part of it too. It's a power and they're afraid of it. And so what's the best way to, you know, it's to subordinate, subjugate, and what they fear and they can't handle, that's what they do. So but it's coming around, and I do like in T-Bar, let me see if you agree with me. I love the artwork and a lot of the poetry that the writer did um
Oh.
for the witch oracle,
Mm.
but it's very overpowering. It's like it's so palpable, her
Mm.
disdain for Christianity, that sometimes for me it's a little overpowering. And I don't necessarily always go for the book. I may here and there, but I was noticing the one day it was just like after a couple of pages, I was like, oh boy, I got to put this down for a little bit because of through the poetry, very powerful poetry.
Mm-hmm.
But just it's everybody has had their experiences and she must have had hers. And so for me, I kind of had to take, a step back a little bit, but still beautiful deck. She worked
Mm-hmm.
on it with her husband. And it's lovely. It was my anniversary gift from Shan back
Oh,
in
that's
October.
wonderful.
So yes. And Aspasia said, Asheville, North Carolina is the second place I looked at to retire. Decided against it because I wanted to be more central.
Well, I
I
live
hear it's a
west
beautiful.
of I live west of Asheville, about maybe 30 minutes away. And but Beth, I'm bummed you didn't, because we could hang out and go to crystal shops and metaphysical shops. And
And you're not far from Ginger too, right?
no, Ginger's about an hour and change from me. She's down in the Spartanburg area.
Okay.
So
And Astery, has anyone been feeling weird? Not sure how to explain it. A bit down. Yeah, I've had, my situation here, but there's a lot of energy shifts going on. A lot of
Yeah.
people are talking
Yeah.
about between solar flares, a Schumann resonance, different energies coming into play now. We just had the new moon in Capricorn, which is a great time to really start any plans, new ideas that you want to take forward. Now is a great time to do that. And I did start something that let's see, Book Bewitched shared crafting ritual tools for the divine feminine. You could invite up to 6, maybe, each crafting and teaching as they go. So I'm assuming maybe, Book, you mean like on a live, on a panel, or maybe even through a Zoom. I don't know, but everyone's getting the ideas. We're putting them out there, and
Yeah.
that's the energy. So
Mm-hmm.
right on that energy for the new moon. So Odelia has also joined us. That is Fatima's
Yes.
sister. Hello, Odelia. And she says, I know, Nancy, that would have been awesome. Here I am in the Midwest.
Well, see.
Yeah. Well, if we ever hit the lottery, I'm going to do like a road trip across the country and
Oh,
meet
yeah.
everybody. That would be wonderful. She says alive, yes, like on a panel. So describing the process and us all sharing what we're creating at the same time. So very nice. And before we get into reading, one more comment from Miss Taro D. It's interesting how city people describe distance by the number of buses and trains you need to take, and non-city people describe distance by time. Very perspective. Is it
Yeah.
perspective? No, very perceptive.
Perceptive. Yes.
There we go. So right now we
Miss Taro
have,
D knows stuff.
yes, she knows stuff. Right now we have on our list Jackie, T Barb, Sonia, Astri, and Aspasia. And that will probably take us to half an hour, which will be about 6 o'clock. Nancy and I don't want to go too late. We can go a little bit after. So if anybody else, we could probably add maybe one or about maybe 2 more people to the list. So if anybody would like to be added. And here's Sylvia. Hi, divine feminines. Hello, my dear. And she says, hello, divine masculines. Yes.
Yes.
And Beth is here. I mean, not Beth. Michelle Marie, Astrological Tarot. And yes, Miss Tarot D knows stuff.
Yes.
So, all righty. So let's see, just really quick. I get fizzy feelings at the thought of ritual tool making. I did too back in the day. All righty. So I've never read for Jackie. So let's do Jackie. And Jackie's late where she is. So let's get that
Yes.
girl her reading in.
Okay.
Oh,
Jackie, could you give your guides permission
yes.
to speak to our guides so that we can choose the correct card for you?
Oh, boy, that wasn't her. I got drawn right to.
I was telling Heather that on these readings, the guidebooks that the creators have created, I'm going to read from them because I don't want to paraphrase because they are so rich in meaning that I don't want anything lost, or forgotten. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm. And Jackie says permission granted. Just putting that out there. And when you're ready, let me know.
Okay.
I'm just going to put you in there anyways because I like my guest going first.
Okay. Jackie, for you, I have Raven, which is magic. I love that card. Isn't it beautiful?
Mm-hmm.
The shadow is manipulation. To work magic is to weave the unseen forces into form, to soar beyond sight, to leap beyond imagination into that space between the worlds where fantasy becomes real, and to be at once animal and God. And that's a quote by Starhawk.
Ooh.
Raven is the color of magic. The blue black of midnight with a spellbinding moon calls you out to spin enchantment with the earth pulsing underfoot. At that potent hour, portals open and Raven flies into the velvety void of infinite possibility. Follow her into this mysterious cauldron of all things, where you recognize her telltale caw as an incantation conjuring your inner witch. Raven medicine is dynamic. She lands on your shoulder as a familiar, drawing up your goddess given power to manifest. The time has come for you to acknowledge yourself as a force for good. Every word you utter casts a spell. Every thought you nurture shapes reality. When you coax these gifts out of the shadow of your unconscious, you can align with higher wisdom to co create your destiny. You have the power to bring about change for the better, for yourselves and for others. Why not work your magic? Like Raven, who flies between worlds, you are being asked to court the unknown. Magic is created when you stitch your full hearted intentions, prayers, spells, wishes into the cloak of mystery where all things are possible. Then, to be a manifesting maven, you must conspire with the universe, feed your soul deep desire with committed action, all the while surrendering expectations and opening to an outcome beyond your wildest imaginings. As you wield your power, do so with reverence, knowing that whatever you stir into the cauldron becomes a part of creation. Raven, whose feathers are rainbow of darkness, is the bringer of light. In many tales, she is the one who retrieves the sun when the world falls into eternal night. And while harmless mischief is often at play in these stories, Raven's intentions remain pure. Do not seek to manipulate reality out of your fear, ego, or greed. Instead, uphold Raven's sacred law. Magic must always serve the highest good for all. Out of holy nothingness, invoke all things luminous and miraculous. And that is your card, Jackie.
I'm muted. And Jackie said,
Okay.
ooh, the tree of life on her cloak. It looks like that. Yes.
Yes, yes. Isn't it beautiful?
Lovely.
That's a powerful message.
Now I ended up pulling three, but these are going to be just really quick. But the main goddess, the main goddess I got for you, Jackie, is Lakshmi. And it all has to do with fortune. And now there are two different types of messages, Jackie, for the goddess power deck. There's an empowerment message and an alignment message. Which one would you like for me to read from? And then I'll add the two into that. So if you can put that in there, that would be amazing. Or I can always start with the other ones. Unless you want me just to pick myself, whichever one I'm drawn to. I can do that as well. I like giving, alignment. Okay. So, let me put her back up on here. And this is from the Colette Baron Reed Goddess Oracle deck. And it says here, have you ever fallen prey to the idea that someone might take away what's yours? Or perhaps you think someone else's success or happiness means there will be less for you. You might not be conscious of this, but you feel that there is not enough to go around, not enough love, not enough money. You worry about growing old, missing out, and struggling for the resources you misperceive are limited. You might also feel miserly and stingy, afraid to share in case there will be nothing left. The goddess Lakshmi says this kind of thinking if you must go if you want to live a rich and vibrant life. Your alignment task is to stop and be mindful of the direction of your thoughts and reframe them to focus on what you truly intend. Repeat this mantra: what is mine will not go past me. When you feel the green gremlin of envy creep into your heart, bless the other person and say, that which I desire is also for me. Your true limitations are only what you set for yourself. Don't let your conditioned mind and faulty beliefs rule your life. Break free. The world is unlimited if you let yourself open up to the wealth of your imagination. And these two beautiful cards go right with this message from the Healing Rose, well, from the Rose Oracle. I have Healing the Mother line. So if there is that sense of scarcity or that fear of lack, which many of us are going through right now, just with the state of the world, especially in our country, um, let's kind of like look at it and see maybe if it has to do with ancestral, how our families grow poor, and did our parents or grandparents instill that fear of not having enough, or being in that scarcity lack mode. And I just love this. So growing growing up growing up and tapping into that ancestral line and sending love and support to your ancestors in the past, saying what you went through was a great deal. You did what you did to survive. What you sacrificed brought helped bring me into this world, into this lifetime. I acknowledge the past and what you did, and now I move forward. And the next card that comes with that is stagnant waters, feeling stuck. Like again with the fortune card with Lakshmi, if you're feeling stuck, like you feel like some things are not flowing or moving, just to try to get into that mindset of I have enough, there is enough. And there was a beautiful mantra that Val from Illumination Portal shared. I am healthy, wealthy. I'm happy, healthy, and wealthy beyond my wildest imagination. And then somebody else had added, Spirit guide me, every morning, showed me the way. And when we do that, we can move out of those waters, those emotions that scare us, and we can let go, and it'll cause a shift. And with this new year and this energy, especially with this new moon, now is a great time to do that. So that was for you, my dear. And Jasri, I will add you. I think we should be able to. Um, oh, and Michelle is baking. So let me go ahead and star Jasri. Okay. Yeah, I had some cookies yesterday. I'm making magical pumpkin apple cinnamon cake. I grind oats into a flour to make it gluten-free. Sounds yummy. I love apples. All righty. Next on our list, let's do Astri, because I've missed Astri a couple times.
Oh, okay.
So let's do Astri. And let's see, what deck do I pull from? Let's do the goddess again. Astri, would you like an alignment or an empowerment message? And I think I'll just pull one card so I don't take up too much time, so that we get to everybody. Yes, Jesri, that sounds so delicious. Oh, you're okay, Jesri. You've been added to the list. I step away for a moment to change my grandson. You do what you gotta do. You know what I'm saying? That little boy's gotta come first. Okay, so let's see what card from what deck. Let's pull from this one here. You pick, please. Okay.
Okay. I have for you the Hag of Storms. Look at that face. She's been through a lot, hasn't she?
Mm-hmm. Lots of wisdom there.
Yes, yes. And this is what it says. Grandmother speaks. The world has yet to show you its true majesty, and there are many unseen and unnamed forces at work coming together to hold you so strongly, then falling into mist once again. Chaos exists, my love. There's no doubt about it. But even within such chaos, there is an order unknown to us. It must be so. We cannot know all, or our worlds would be starving for mystery and darkness. Such miraculous beauty is there in the storm. It does not feel sweet, I know. Letting lightning strike you in just the right way, being baptized in the torrent and sent to swim in the raging waters. Think of how chaotic birth feels to the babe, how unexpected and wondrous and terrible. Birth is a storm of womb water and blood, tears and thunderous roars. Neither mother nor babe makes it out of the birth unchanged by the chaos, unmarked by the primal scream. What storms are blowing through your life now are a means to birth, and this is all that can be known now amidst the chaos. And it says the morning ritual, the poetry of the storm is whatever the weather. Imagine there is a storm promising to grace the world outside your window. Hear the thunder and smell the impending rain. I think that's a beautiful card. I hope that speaks to you.
That's beautiful. Thank you, Nancy. So, Astrid, I have White Buffalo Calf Woman for you.
Ooh.
And her card is about reverence. And I also pulled from the Witch Oracle, Woman in Total Control of Herself. And I have the Story Keeper. So I'm going to read this little bit of I chose the empowerment message for you. So I feel like you need something that's very empowering. And it says here, now is the time to view your world through a lens of peace, harmony, and reconciliation. This is the domain of this Lakota goddess, White Buffalo Calf Woman. It's time to leave the right, the wrong, the good, the bad, that zero-sum game world behind us. Leave what this world is competing against one another. Again, things that are not necessarily good or bad. Just this mental back and forth, back and forth. And it's kind of in this time of political correctness. So many of us do our very best, and sometimes it seems that what we think we're doing that's supportive, someone might turn around and say it's something else. I don't know where this is coming from, but it's just the state of this world that we're in, where we need just to basically come back to our center, block this all out, and find ourselves into a beautiful state of peace and calm and quiet. And it continues here that so leaving that some game world behind and enter the space where you can find the sacred ground of sharing without guile and negotiating from a desire that everyone benefits. So instead of this having to people please, like I was saying, trying to watch what you say to this, or am I going to making sure that what you are doing is for your highest good, that making sure that you find your peace, that your peace of mind has to come first. And this goes with the story keeper, because the story keeper is about pretty much watching what we say to ourselves. What kind of stories are we telling ourselves? And for me as well, I love this card because it makes me think of journaling, writing down, what brings us peace, journaling, meditating, releasing how we feel into written form, and then taking that, and we can either burn it, we can keep it, fold it away, and let it go that way. You can just give it to nature. For me, sometimes I like to take stones. I know this isn't a book, but I like to take stones or sticks and hold them and tell them my story, and then give them to the water. Again, to burning, or even just journal keeping is a very empowering tool. It's a very powerful tool. And as we're moving into the full moon, this journaling, writing what no longer serves you, serves your highest good, things that you know that you wouldn't tell somebody else, but yet you're telling yourself, things that are negative. Just learning to go in, have reverence for yourself, your peace of mind, creating those healthy boundaries. And then, like with the full moon, if you want to release it, you can even maybe crumple up and throw it out, or you can light it and let it burn and then disperse the ashes, whatever you feel drawn to do. And that's your reading, my dear. I hope that helped. And thank you for being here. And let me take this down because I see more people are coming in. Want to say hi? Let's see. Yes, mentally I'm going back and forth because I'm not sure what to do. A lot of us are, you know, in that place. You are not alone, my dear. You are not alone. We're here with you. We're all holding space for each other here. She says that totally resonated. Thank you. You're welcome, my dear. And hello, Lalima. Hello, my dear. Thank you for being here. Holly DeShane. Hello, hello. Um, let's see. I tend to be a people pleaser because I tend to want to seek love. Yeah. But you know where that love's got to come first, sweetheart? Ourselves. We can't expect people to love us if we don't love ourselves first, because then if we don't do that, then we keep attracting those people who feel that we have to keep proving our love to them, and they just keep taking and taking, and you keep giving and giving. Our love has to come from ourselves, for ourselves, first. um, Thank you both. Thank you. Oh, you're welcome. Alrighty. Okay, that chat is jumping. So let's see. T Barb. I don't know if I've ever read for T Barb. So um, let's see. What deck am I drawn to read for T? Oh, do I want to read from that deck we both have? Yeah, let's do that. And I'll pull one for Mother Mary Oracle too. I'm being drawn to permission granted, empowerment. Oh, you okay? So I'm going to pull from the Goddess deck. Okay. Alrighty. Lalima, honey, questions are closed. I should probably put that up there, huh? I'll add you to the list if Nancy and I have time. I can't promise that we will, but I will still go ahead and add you just in case. And let me go ahead. I didn't realize what time it was. Time flies when you're having fun.
Yes. T-Barb, I have the card. Let's see what page that is on. 91. I was going to use another deck, but then I was sent to this one. Let's see. This is from the Wild and Sacred Feminine deck, T-Barb, and the card that came up for you is let's see here, River, which is surrender, the card of surrendering. The shadow is inflexibility. You do not have to be a fire for every mountain blocking you. You could be a water in soft river your way to freedom too. And that is Naria Wahid. River heralds the unavoidable riffles, rapids, pools, and eddies that coax you towards the confluence of fate. She offers you the chance to immerse yourself in a soul journey that supersedes understanding and holds nothing back. When you no longer know what to do or which way to go, you have to come to the essence of surrender. To draw a river is to bathe yourself in fluidity, the spate and draught of spiritual life, the irrepressible buoyancy that carries you along, the merging with rhythms beyond your separate self. The card of realignment, River asks you to take stock of your relationship to the laws of surrender. When met with an irresistible force, do you bend or do you break? For some, adjustment can be graceful, like a sinuous river bend. For others, it can feel like a relentless current pushing against one's sense of self. If you are drowning in struggle, Consider what keeps you from riding that current. River commends bowing to things as they are and trusting impediments and divinely guided course corrections. Success here means no forcing or refusing to yield. This card warns against dogmatic inflexibility. River shows you what it can be like to follow a path without resistance, whether she appears as gentle ripples or frothing white water. Beneath the surface lies a deeper cohesion. Whatever happens, happens. It's all part of the inscrutable order. Providence cannot be escaped. Hold on to what is most important, your real work, and liberate everything else. River flows over rocks and around mountains. She takes the shape of each new landscape she enters. But over time, she also shapes the land, foraging canyons and oxbow lakes. From her birth is a high mountain stream until she merges once again with the ocean. River croons a timeless story of movement and change. River runs through you, as you, not just past you. Each act of surrender, no matter how small, brings you into an abiding ease with the flow.
Wow.
That's what I have for you.
Goes perfectly with my card. And she's been sharing her insights, so I will start with this one. She said, that happens a lot with me. Go with the flow. I am a water sign. I am good at bending and allowing. And dogma gagged me. Oh, well. So, and she says, it does. So, okay. Well, this is interesting. So I got for you, T-Barb, Danu, the goddess of the 12 Dinanan, the mother goddess. And this card here is about assurance. And for the empowerment message, it's Danu who gave birth to magic, portends the fulfillment of your desires and the fruition of your dreams. Whatever it is that you're inquiring about, Danu gives her assurance that you're in the process of becoming that beautiful little sprout right in her hand that's growing. Now is the time to trust that whatever you have planted, planned, and worked toward is being lovingly birthed. And here we go. All you need to do is stay with the flow of events and be ready for your next opportunity. And I ended up picking from the Healing Waters deck, and I got let it go, let it flow, let it go, release the past, forgive, soften, and move forward. Let that water go through you, like Nancy's card. Let that water flow through you, and just flow with that water, with the emotions, and just give all that pain, anger, resentment, all anything that might be negative that's in your body. Just give that to the water. I don't know if you can, shower, allowing that shower to rush over you in the bath, soaking and watching that water go down the sink and taking that away. Or again, going by a river, a pond, or a lake, or an ocean, and just sitting there and giving to the water and sharing your stories with it and asking the spirit of that water to carry it, to Mother Earth, to the Mother Waters. Just really beautiful. Just let it go and let it flow. And she goes, I've been singing that song. Let it go.
That's
I
a
still have
beautiful
not seen that
card.
movie. Yes.
Oh, that's such a beautiful card.
Mm-hmm. And she says, yes, it's a beautiful deck. And synchronicity, most definitely. And we're at 555, and we just finished your reading. So everybody's doing 555 right now. Whatever it is that you've been wanting to manifest or you're working on, there's your 555. At least on my iPad it says 555.
Yeah,
So
mine too. Mine too.
so take that number and let's see. And apply that energy. So I'm just making sure that I don't miss anybody here. So Sonia, my dear, are you still here? Yep, there she is. Purple. Okay, so for you, Sonia, I'm getting called right to the Mother Mary Oracle deck. Here, let me go ahead and do this. Hello, Andre Santos. I'm always seeing the same hours. Right now it's 15:15 where you are. There's some more fives. Wow. And ones, 17. Oh, that's what the numbers you are seeing. For me, it's been 12:21, 10:26, which is my daddy's birthday, but I'm seeing a lot of numbers too, hour numbers ending with 2 6 on the end of them, and 2 6 is 8, and that's my light path number. So I'm trying to take those as good signs. Okay, so Sonia.
Okay.
All right, let me get you over there.
Sonia, I have for you, the card is the full moon walk.
Ooh.
I think this is going to be interesting. Solitude. Grandmother speaks. There are times in our lives, dear child, when the only medicine we need is a slow and solitary wander. Too much small talk sucks the life out of our souls. Too little fresh air and stargazing leaves our hearts hungry. Solitude is not a one-size-fits-all fix, of course. But if I'm being honest, I know of only a few small sicknesses of the soul that the full moon walk alone cannot cure. Be safe, be vigilant, and be ready for the magic to bless you in the most unexpected of ways. And it has a morning ritual, sunrise prayer of the solitary witch. Breathe deeply in this wild morning, face the east, and whisper these words. Just when the sun is painting the moon pale, I am met with such awe. I find such peace in knowing I am not alone when I am alone, and I find such sadness in crowds sometimes. May I remember the merit of me this day. May I take sanctuary in the time spent sunk deep in the majestic ordinary. And may I give myself the gift of mindful solitude as much as I am able. It makes me a better companion after all. So that's what I have for you, Sonia.
Oh, beautiful. Okay, Sonia. So for you, for my Mother Mary Oracle, I pulled Our Lady of Truth. And I just love Shyla's work. I've been seeing her work and since 2006 when she first started coming out with her workbooks, but that's the artwork on this one, Our Lady of Truth. And she writes quite a bit, so I'm just going to take that just a couple of lines that stand out to me. It says here, when you choose to be in your truth, expressing and being you, you are with me. In those moments, your voice and every action rings true like a bell, sending out waves of sound that cut through that which no longer serves you. Being in your truth empowers that which can assist and support you on your life path. Don't hold back out of fear. Wow. Be kind and be true. Let me help you attain both of these spiritual goals now. Remember being in your truth is how you are closest to me. And this first line here stands right out to me. Your world is changing, triggered by the transformations already happening within you as you grow. And the card from the Rose Oracle is Brothers of the Rose. And it's the sacred masculine. And I find it very interesting that we get a Mary card, Mother Mary. This isn't Mary Magdalene, but still, we get Mother Mary, and then we get the divine masculine. And it says here, honor, protection, and support. And I don't know if this is the message is to start bringing that male side of yourself back into the equation spiritually so that you're more spiritually balanced. And this could also very well be, for me, maybe healing something in your past that might have been, like for a lot of us here working and talking about the divine feminine, is that these patriarchal religions have done so much to damage the divine masculine in a lot of women's psyches, that it's just once they leave, it's like they have such a hard time trusting or embracing the other half of the divine energy that makes us all up. So whatever that may be, it's just beautiful. It's that beautiful divine protection. This beautiful woman here is about to give birth, whether it's with child, with whether it's creativity, starting something new, like with this card, trusting in your spirituality. You may be birthing um, a new form of spirituality or a way of practicing or looking at spirituality. And that could very well be, maybe you're feeling the pull of maybe bringing the masculine back in, feeling that longing for that balance. So I will leave it at that, and I'll see what you say in the comments. But I just love the colors, how they all just, correlate. Just really beautiful. Beautiful messages. And Sonia says, I accept her, and so fitting. Yes, balance. Beautiful. Let's see, did she say yes? And for you, Nancy, wow, beautiful. Thank you so much. All righty. So 1026 is the day my most loving familiar was born. Oh, wow. 1026. Wow, Daddy, you had a really beautiful, powerful birthday for a lot of my fellow subscribers here. Let me get us down here. Why did I think this was at 8 o'clock? Because usually I do later shows, Tom. Everybody, this is Tom's early ritual.
Surprise!
It's always so good. Yeah, 5 o'clock. Yes. So let's see. We did Jackie. We did T Barb, Sonia, Astri. So Jess Reed, we're at 6:02. Are you okay for one more, Nancy?
I'm fine.
Okay. Okay, so we have Jess Reed, and I also added Lalima to the list. So
Okay.
do you think we can do two more?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm on board for whatever, Heather.
Okay. Well, I don't want to go too late because I know after a while we get kind of wiped out.
Yeah.
And it's kind of hard to
Okay, this is for Jessree.
Yes. So Jessree, are you still here, my dear? You pretty much are. You usually stay in the chat.
Let's see here.
Boy, I'm going towards something totally different for Jessree. Well, she may be taking care of her grandson too, so I'm still going to go ahead and have a blessed evening to you too, Sonia. Thank you. She's like, yes, ma'am. She's here. There we go. And then I get Nancy into the.
Let's see, Jessree, I have for you the card of radiance. And this is from the Wisdom of the Divine Feminine Oracle. It says, the art is enlighten. Get this up where you can see it. There we go. The light of my radiance shines brightly. I radiate the fullness of my true essence. Radiance is the shining, transmitting, and emitting of our light, our energy, and our essence. It is also the vibration that others feel when around us that attracts, aligns, or is dissonant. When we are fully in the embodiment of our truth within, unabashed and unapologetic, our radiance can not help but pour out from us in all directions. Throughout life, hurts and pains we collect can keep us in places of shadow rather than the fullness of our light. Internal shame, stories of too muchness or not enoughness, and fears can create an internal radar that keeps us from feeling like it is safe to embody or express our fullest radiance. When we get caught in the loop of our shadows, the shadow energy grows around us. When we step into our brilliant and radiant light, we grow the light within and around us. Our radiance isn't just about shining our light for others to see, although that is a nice way to draw those who are like us nearer. Our radiance is also about letting ourselves bathe in our own light, bringing ourselves closer to the sense of wholeness from inside out. Unapologetically shine your light. Let yourself be blinding, full, and bigger than big. Let yourself be seen. Let yourself see you in your fullness. Let your weirdness and wildness be what it is. I love that.
Like that. Yeah, let your weirdness be your wildness. I love that.
I love that, Jessery.
She said beautiful. And we had a couple of, we've been having a few late bloomers. So we had Tom Early Ritual, Stephen Cosmic Orphan has joined us as well. So welcome, Stephen. So Jezree, I got the exile for you. Here, let me move because my mouse has that little circle, and there we go. So I have the exile, and she's on a boat, and look at that beautiful owl over her shoulder. So yeah, I wanted to share that. And the exile. There will be times when you are the exile, searching for your belonging in the same way the ugly duckling went from place to place in hopes of home. This can be a situational, temporary sting or a long, drawn out ache of longing as you seek out your true place. Either way, it's incredibly painful. To the witch, it is a form of initiation and needs to be greeted with respect. Your quest for connection is a holy one. Like a priestess from Avalon, you must greet the fog that shrouds your true home with your soul's song. Only the truest words from your most authentic self can break the spell and clear the fog, revealing the Isle of Apples, your place of belonging. And Jezree, I think this reading's for me too. So thank you for asking for a reading because this is resonating with me as well. A witch knows her soul's song comes from dropping down into the wound of her unbelonging. Now is the time to apprentice yourself to the lostness, to companion the longing to belong by asking what the longing wants from you. This isn't the time for self improvement or development, cutting away or transforming what makes you feel like you don't fit. Rather, it's a time to ask the voice of the void what it is yearning to create in you. Yield to the ache, dear witch. The longing is forging a sanctuary for you, if only you'll follow its voice.
Mm.
And that's that card there. And the one that I pulled to go along with it is the dancer. And for me, this is dancing your song, dancing your truth, going into sacred dance and listening to what your body and your spirit is telling you. There was a woman, she passed a few years back, Gabriel Roth. It was Gabriel Roth in the Mirrors, and she believed in sweating your prayers, sweating your pain, your truth, your spirit. And she has a lot of albums with just beautiful drum beats and dancing. And she was kind of like the urban shaman, dancing, getting people not to be afraid of their bodies, um, not being afraid of, oh, I don't dance right or I don't feel right, but getting people to feel the natural rhythms of her body and going in there and discovering their soul and letting their soul speak to them through the art of dance. So perhaps maybe some dance, some singing, music, will help you connect with that void and finding that inner voice, that longing that you have. So that's my reading for you, my dear. Um,
I love the motion in that card.
oh, with the dancer.
Yes.
Is it cute? She's got like a little
You can
billy
just see her
goat.
moving. Yes.
Hmm. I absolutely love that. It's almost kind of to the black and white, kind of like a game board. Also, kind of like playing the dance, the game, the dance of life, the game of life. That's what I love about oracles, Nancy, is that you have your book that gives you their impression, but at the same time, your own intuition and your own experiences. You can read
Mhm.
so much more into them, for people
Yes.
than that's what's already there.
Yes.
So um, that was beautiful. Thank you. You're welcome. And so, Lalima, you are next, my dear. And Lalima will be our last read. Um, So, yes, again, thank you everybody for joining Nancy and I this evening. We appreciate you. And thank you, Stephen, for throwing Nancy's email in there and channels. So appreciate it. And let's see, where do I want to go for Lalima? I'm going to go to my rose. Let me put Nancy. Yes, Allison. Stephen is a great moderator. Thank you for everybody, any of my mods that have been here with us. Ms. Taro D. Thank you for modding as well. I think Michelle, you're also a mod. So I appreciate all my mods and subscribers. And so does Nancy. And her beautiful magical background that she has.
Oh,
That's what I want to manifest. I want to manifest a space where the energy is so beautiful that I can create something like that, for myself. And yeah, that's my dream manifestation right there.
yes. Um, it makes you feel special when you have your pretty things around you.
Mhm.
Season of the tender roots. Isn't that a beautiful card? I love that for you. It's the card of innocence. Grandmother speaks. Ah, did you feel that? Those soon to sprout seeds are sparking beneath the frozen ground. They call to you, you know. Can you feel them longing for you as you long for them? Such magic there is in birth, such wildness there is in youth. Do you remember that mystical boundary between innocence and wonder? You lived there once, and you can live there again. Look to that pressing problem just for a moment, as if you have never seen it before, as if you did not spend your nights pinched in worry over those next steps. How does the holy fool see this transition? If you were but a babe again, what words of praise might you have for this witch you have become? Um, the morning ritual is a love letter from the babe long gone. She says, you just won't believe how the world looked this morning. It was so, I know you will do the most amazing things, and I so hope you'll finally go to. Once I saw a flower, and it reminded me of your. Thank you for keeping me safe. I am still here. With love, the child.
That's beautiful. Michelle says it looks like a Stellar's J.
Yeah.
I've never heard of a Stellar.
Oh, well, you know what it is. You mean behind me? That is it's an astronaut um uh projector that shows uh oh what galaxies and
Mhm.
all that, and I keep it on all night. When I wake up, I look at it, and I've got these stars all over the ceiling. I love
That's
it.
beautiful. And Lalima said, I definitely love the message. Very
Oh,
meaningful.
thank you.
Yes. And Lalima, I have released the petals. Transformation. Here, let me just take this down. Transformation, death and rebirth, and shedding. All changes. And I've seen several readings that you get on a regular basis with our channels, and you are definitely doing that. You're acknowledging and you're working towards releasing those people, those beliefs that no longer serve you. And this is the first time I've ever gotten this card during a reading since I've had this deck.
Mm.
So I didn't even realize that this card was in there because I mean, I've been through my deck, but when you don't see certain cards after a while, you're like, oh, it's a nice surprise. It's like, oh, almost a new card. And she's just standing there, and those are all her petals. She's just releasing all those beautiful petals. She's not just releasing those that no longer deserve to be in her circle. It's the releasing of the voices that no longer serve you, whether the negative ones of your own or the ones that are projected onto you. This is also releasing um, emotions that are not your own. It's
Mm.
like we take on other people's emotions, kind of like an empath, but this is not just like empath energy. It's taking in, I'm feeling like generations of people's energies, beliefs, past lives, like old karma energies. And it's like you're standing on this beautiful petal and you're just releasing them all. And the other card that I have that comes that yeah, it comes because it says come on it. The other card that I have for you is come to me. And it says attracting like a rose, receive abundance and desires. So everything that you release, that's what else I want to say. And this is also not just you releasing things that are no longer serving you. This is you releasing the beautiful petals of who you are,
Mm,
of your personality, your soul, the love that you have for people, the kindness that you show people, especially also in chat. And what I've seen that I met you at one time backstage. So this is you releasing what no longer serves you and also putting out into the world the beautiful energy that is you. And when you do that, you receive that beautiful energy right back. And there's this beautiful
mm,
little hummingbirds right here and a beautiful little bee. So it's that beautiful honey, that sweetness. People are attracted to you. They're attracted to your sweetness, your light, your kindness, your generosity. And now is the time to allow yourself to embrace and to receive that abundance that's coming to you and love from other people, that deserve to be in your circle. Letting go of those who don't, letting go of, you know, yeah, I'm just going to stop there because I know you've shared your story quite a bit in chat. And so I have the idea, and I know you have the idea of where that ring was, and you're just a very beautiful soul, Alima, and just keep being who you are, keep blossoming, keep growing like those beautiful roses, those beautiful petals, and just keep sharing that beautiful energy that is you with us in our community.
that was beautiful, Heather.
Oh, thank you.
You know, I couldn't think of the name of my astronaut. It's not the galaxy, it's a nebula.
There you go.
You can get the galaxy one or the nebula. And I can remember as a child when I lived out in California, we would go into the desert and um, spend the night under the stars, my parents and I, and
Hmm.
look up there. And I mean, now there's too many lights.
Yeah. When
We
when I
can't.
lived in Flagstaff for a while, a group of us would go out into the woods because lights weren't really allowed because of the conservation of the area, and they have a large, huge, famous telescope in Flagstaff. So at a certain time, certain lights weren't allowed. There were certain types of lights that weren't allowed, and at a certain time, certain lights were not to be on. And when you would go out off of to Route 180 and you would go in the woods, I had like a drum circle that we would go out at night and do shamanic drumming, and you would have the stars, right above. So um, I have very fond memories of seeing, star-filled skies. We don't see that here,
Here we can go up on the
really.
Blue Ridge Parkway at
Mhm.
night and there are no lights up there and you can see the stars a lot better than,
Yes.
but not in my neighborhood.
Yeah. And just really quick, Lalima said, I think both of the messages definitely talk of release. So many times after some incidents, I go back to the message and the reads, and then I understand the purpose of the message and the real meaning.
Yes.
Thank you so much, beautiful Reach. You're welcome, my dear.
Thank you.
And T Barb also added, this has been a wonderful show of great intuition and beautiful messages. Thank you, ladies. You're welcome. Divine Feminine Rising. Hallelujah. Yep. Blessed be.
It's been an
You
honor
got
to
it.
read for you all.
Yes, it has been. Thank you so much. Was now when you're done reading, is there like another type of poem or prayer or something you want to end the show with and send everybody off with?
Um, let's see.
And by the way, if people are wondering what Nancy is wearing, that is an original Jonathan Daly piece that he hand makes for people
Yes.
with the crystal
A
skulls on them.
labradorite skull. Here
Hmm.
we go. Yeah. Um,
Thank you, Jackie. Thank you, Beth. Thank you, Stephen. We're getting very relaxing energy, beautiful messages, wonderful souls in chat. So yeah, lots of yummy energy.
I think I'd just like to read something about ancestors here.
Perfect.
Walking, now this is by Linda Hogan. This is not my words.
Mhm.
Walking, I am listening. Suddenly, all my ancestors are behind me. Be still, they say. Watch and listen. You are the result of the love of thousands.
It's beautiful. And our ancestors are with us.
Yes.
And she's one of them. Did I ever show you that, Nancy? That's my
yes.
grandma Johnson.
Oh my
My
goodness,
grandma.
she's gorgeous.
Yeah,
She's
back in the day, she had her curves and she didn't mind showing them. She was very flirty.
Mhm.
Yep. She rode on my dad's motorcycle, everything. So I keep her picture up there.
Kind
But
of reminds me of Rita Hayworth.
oh, did you hear that, Grandma? Yes. Well, my grandma was raised by my what do you call it? Vaudeville relatives back in the day. Yeah, a long story with my grandma, but yeah. So that might be where I get some of my love for the stage and stuff too. When I used to sing and do stuff with my high school choruses and stuff. So, but yeah, I need to really develop more of an ancestor altar. Allison Aries Girl Tarot actually has one, and I learned about them and her creating one, and so now I have a picture of my grandma, and I've got pictures. I need to see if I can bring out now of my dad when he was younger, and certain individuals to have for my altar too. So. Yep, and there she is. Very beautiful. Yep. Oh, and Allison said that is dope AF. Yes, it is. Most definitely. So, Nancy, do you have anything planned on your channel or somebody else this week before we go?
Well, on Saturday, this coming Saturday at 6 p.m., I'm going to read oracle cards with Scott, Scorpio Sun, Tarot, and Ginger Faye.
Very nice. Joyful journey. Thank you. She says, hi, Nancy. Nice job. And Beth said, really quick, in some Native American lore, whatever actions we take affects 7 generations behind us and the next 7 in front of us. So
Yes.
it's always possible to make changes. For me, I will be doing my investigative tarot tomorrow. Allison will be joining Hershey, Jackie's Crystal Moon, and I will be reading on a case. And then Friday, I have my show with Ginger Faye and Allison. And so that's what we got going on for the rest of the week. So everybody, again, thank you so much. Please, a lot of fellow chatters have channels, and fellow chatters, a lot of you should be doing. I shouldn't say should be, but you would be great at having your own channels as well.
Yeah.
We see the growth reading for you, and then you giving back to us, in chat and talking to others as well during readings. So let's keep this community growing, flowing and growing and blossoming.
Flowing and growing. Yes. This has been wonderful. I've had the best time.
Me too. Thank you again, Nancy, for joining me. And everybody, you have a great rest of your evening and take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.